Well, hello, Ontradentists. Angus Pryor here, creator of the Dental Profit System, co-author of the Amazon crushing book, The Better Business Book, bringing you this week's Marketing Monday, the weekly show designed to boost the marketing at your dental practice. Well, hello to everyone who's tuning in, and for our viewers, I guess, from all around the world, special hello for Happy Australia Day weekend, which was, we had Australia Day on the 26th of January. Hope you had a good weekend. Thank you for the thumbs up, everyone. You know I really appreciate it. Now, today we're in a series, and I want to talk about how to get your dental practice to stand out. I'll just give you a brief recap here, and then, so we talked about why you need to do that. And look, basically, again, I really love those thumbs up. Thank you, guys. Oh, and I'm sorry, one other thing, please. If you wouldn't mind, if you're watching live, would you just type a 1 in? And if you're watching afterwards, if you wouldn't mind putting a 2 in, I'd really appreciate that. Yes, I've got a special note. Hello, David, who's sent me a cheerio, and Jeff, who's tuned in, who said, nice reverse writing. Well, someone just told me that there's a little setting you can do on Facebook which flips it. So, in fact, it looks like I'm on one side of the whiteboard. The reality is I'm on the other, but at least the writing works. Okay, so just as a recap then, why is it important to get your dental practice stand out? Firstly, because frankly, in Australia, in the US, probably in every developed nation, the level of growth in many, many industries, the corporatization, I've seen it in so many different parts, and dentistry is no different. And for you as an individual, you need to stand out. Your individual practice needs to stand out, even if you've got 5 dentists. Because the one thing about corporate dentistry is that they do systems very well, they do marketing very well, and if you're in an environment where your clients think that dentistry is a commodity, then you can't afford not to stand out. That's the first thing. The second thing we talked about was avatar, which is a fancy marketing way of saying who is your ideal client, and there's a process that you can go through for that, and just go back and check that out. And this is really critical, as will become clear when I show you what we're going to talk about today. Know who your ideal client is. No, it's not everyone. Identify who the best one is, because you'll attract more of your ideal clients, and indeed you'll attract other clients as well. Last week we looked at this concept called value proposition, sometimes known as a USP, and we talked about the process that we go through. And what I wanted to do today is actually read out a couple of examples of value propositions that we've done for clients. So we've got some examples. All right. Now, we've done a lot of this in the last 6 months because it's become so obvious to me of the need to do it. But here's one. This was a client where their avatar, so they agreed that it was worth doing. The avatar in this case was Mary. How about that, Jeff? Someone else has got an avatar called Mary. It doesn't matter if your avatar's name is not unique. We did a session together, worked out the value proposition, and you can only do that if you really know who your avatar is. Now, for this particular Mary, sort of white collar background, about 55, maybe worked in an admin position. I just got a message here. Oh, yes, I'll do that afterwards, David. So Mary, she's, around retirement age, admin, so not a particularly affluent area, but still someone who's prepared to spend money on her teeth. And the value proposition that we came up with, listen closely, discover a dentist that really gets you. And that was one of the insights about Mary, is she wants to come somewhere where they really get her as a person. Open communication, so you feel safe and well understood. These are the things that Mary cares about, this particular avatar. new gentle technology so that she can forget the bad dental experiences of the past. Now let's think about it. I'm turning 50 this year. I know that's impossible to believe when you look at this young face. But if Mary's 55 or she's 60 or whatever your avatar is, dentistry for her, and I can tell you what it was like for me as a child. I mean, it was, something to be feared. I would say these days the dentistry experience, hey Ashley, I would say these days the dental experience is very different to that. So therefore addressing that in the case of Mary is really important. And then for Mary, a caring philosophy so that your teeth can stay in great shape for years to come. Mary's a person who she's thinking about what it's going to be like when she's 60 or she's 70. And so really tapping into those things. So that was the value proposition for this practice for Mary. It was all about a product, basically if you come to us, safe, well understood, gentle technology, forget the bad experiences of past, a caring philosophy so your teeth can stay in great shape for years to come. And if you can get that value proposition speaking to the conversation that's going on in the mind of your avatar, it's way more attractive than saying we're friendly and we've got good customer service. So that's one example. Here's a different one. This was Sarah, and I will say, for whatever reason, in Australia, most of the avatars are women. I'm doing a session this week with a client. We've looked at their data and the avatar is actually a male, so that's quite exciting. I think that part of the reason for women is, I suppose, women probably care a little bit more about their presentation. Secondly, for women, often they're the nurturers, and so that means that if you can attract them as your avatar, they're probably going to bring the hubby and the kids along as well. All right, so this particular one is Sarah. This is in quite an affluent area in Sydney, and for her, coming to the dentist is a bit like going to the beauty spa or getting her hair done. So we really got to tap into that experience. Discover a dentist that will have you feeling a bit special from the moment you walk in. Help you build healthier habits for a better lifestyle for you and your family. So these were some of the insights. At this particular practice, they said, their Sarah, their avatar, really, they want to feel a bit special, a bit pampered. It's a little bit like some of those other beauty therapy regimes. And it's really important in that area, and this is often true in a more affluent area, that these people are quite health conscious. And so if we can help her with healthier habits for a better lifestyle for you and her family, that's really tapping into that. And then build a trust and connection that means you feel safe and relaxed each time you visit. Now, the other thing about this one that was really interesting is they put in a, what do we call it, a more confident smile guarantee. That you would work together, and over 12 months that Sarah would have a more confident smile. If she didn't, that the practice would basically fix anything that had been done to that effect. So that can be a really compelling, there's that guarantee there. We're not saying we guarantee, it's actually in some ways quite vague. What does more confident smile mean? But it's a way of kind of standing behind and saying, wow, we really mean this. And for a Sarah who doesn't know the practice at all, let me compare dentist A over here who's saying, we're friendly and we've got good technical skills, with these guys who are really speaking to the conversation in my head. A bit special, healthier habits for the whole family, safe and relaxed, and guaranteeing a more confident smile in 12 months, or they'll work with us to fix that. So I hope that gives you a bit of an idea about the sort of process. Look, part of the reason I've been prepared to read these out to you, A, I want to help you, and B, I don't care if you steal them, because if you get the process, if this is not the conversation going on in your avatar's mind, then that value proposition is a complete waste of time. This is a personalised experience. Anyway, I hope you found that helpful. That's the end of our 4-part series. Now, at Dental Profit System, as you can probably figure out, we do help clients with this. And if you would like a hand establishing a way to stand out in your local area, then get across to dentalprofitsystem.com, send us a message, and we've got a process that will take you through. The final thing I wanted to mention is, hopefully I've got this. I have a feeling I've missed a letter. That's really bad, isn't it? Dental marketing plan. Not ideal when you're on live camera and you're thinking, what the heck is the name of the URL? We've got a live events in Melbourne, in Sydney, in Brisbane in March, where we spend a one-day working out your dental marketing plan. What I'm going to do, I'm going to post the URL in the notes because for the life of me, it's very close to that, but I feel like I'm missing a letter. And if you go there, it's a one day where you will have, by the end of the day, you'll have a marketing plan that you're ready to implement for your own practice for the next 12 months. Otherwise, for me, Angus Pryor, to my lovely listeners and viewers and entre dentists all over the world, signing off. See you next time on Marketing Monday.